Hello everybody. First of all, welcome to the show. Hello Full Dive, hello Kurt Curtis, hello Fernicart, and hello Control Alt Art. Do you know what's funny? It says there's only 2 people here, but I can see 4 people talking. It is what it is. So here we are, 8 o'clock on the 30th of May. That would be a Friday. It's the end of May, guys. You've got 2 days left, so make them count. June is soon to begin. Hot AI summer is in full swing. So we're going to take a look at some stuff. It's going to be a bit of a chill out stream tonight for 2 major reasons. Before I continue, don't forget, if you're watching live or if you're watching later, you can join the Discord right here. In the description is the link you will find. So that's pretty much that and that. Okay. So yeah, why have I been completely derailed with 5 minutes to start the show? You're going to love this. Oh, what's this people are saying? I can't even see the chat properly. It cuts it off. Let me see. Big chat. I see 4. Yeah, it's caught up now. I reckon there must be just a delay. Good evening, everyone. Battle Cruiser operational. I'm having a great day. I hope you are also. And so you should. Like I said, we're sitting right on the cutting edge. If you follow all my stuff, you're basically getting access to, in some areas, about 6 months ahead. Which is nice, because it offsets the fact that it takes 6 months for us to get the cool features you have to pay for. I think it kind of balances out. But that aside, let's move the mic a little bit. It's too far away. We're currently not listening to the same music that we normally listen to. It is the same music, but it's on Spotify. Why? And this is what's cheesed me off. Check this out. Wait, what? Oh my god. I don't even understand. Okay. It's there, but wait, look. But wait, bad gateway. Is this just a cache? Wait, the radio's back. Okay, so I'm having some issues with the old server. It's not because I unleashed AI on it. I didn't actually yet. The reason is because it was super out of date Ubuntu. Ubuntu! So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at using WSL on your computer. Now, a lot of you probably know about this, and I often grumble. But it's because I was doing virtual machines in 2006, and I thought everyone had forgotten about them. I was wrong, because Docker, right? But I used to use VMware back when it was free, because it was new. Anyway, we virtualized many workstations, guys. But what I'm going to say is, this site shouldn't be here. It's a ghost. So it may be the case, because this is the thing. Is this playing? What? Alright, hang on. We're switching back to the proper site, because if it works, it works. Let me just try it again. That's so weird. So if I go to Scuffed and just go to the front page and just play it from here. Right, I can shut off Spotify now. Nice mixing skills there. Look at that crossfade. Okay. I'm not the DJ in the family. Right, which is ironic, isn't it? Because I'm the DJ. But it stands for something else. So anyway, we're back somehow. That's super spooky. So let me tell you what I did. Okay. So what I did was, oh, is it back online? Everything's just suddenly working again. Let me double check. I bet I still can't get in. See, it's still not letting me in. No, I don't want to. He's trying to tell me how to fix it. Bless him. I reckon if I just delete the security credentials and start again. So yeah, as you can tell, this is quite sidetracking because, like, you know, all the websites going down, that's a bit of a problem. What's strange is that the password hasn't changed, and I don't authenticate until, you know, I suppose I could just like create a new profile. I bet the problem is that, well, I don't know, it should be asking me for the password, so it's a little bit strange. Let's just do a new site real quick. And I'll just say, but yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to install Ubuntu, and I want to show you something cool. So Ubuntu 9.4. Oh yeah, and workflows obligated. Workflows, API workflows. Look, did you know you can get Flux image, Ultra image? I don't know what that is. Pro, Ultra image, and then you can get Flux One depth control. You can get Flux One canny control. You can get Flux One fill. I think this would be kind of cool as just a node. You know what I mean? If you're in a workflow and you just want to in-paint something, bing, 5 cents a go. Not great. It's a bit pricey, I'll admit, but whatever, man, if it works. And then there's also a 5 cents per run expansion thing, which is definitely, like I say, this is the thing everyone's talking about. There is the Flux One Context Pro node, which I've already shown. And then there's also Pro Max. Now, I've got no idea, because you get steps and guidance with context. So I'm not sure what Pro Max is. If anybody knows what that is, go ahead and shout in the comments. Do you not have those Flux fill models already? Yeah, I've got all of these models already, but this doesn't require a model stack. You could run this on a Chromebook. Right. So yeah, that's probably a good idea to remind everyone at this point. So a lot of these API nodes, if you have a GPU that can run Flux, it's not for you. Unless you have a budget and you need to do it quick, because it will be quicker than you can do it. So if you want to do a super complicated workflow and you have a budget and you want it done quick, also it does mean you don't need a big GPU to run these nodes. As you can see, the workflow is super easy. I image in, prompt in from my randomizer. That's it, done. That's all it is. 3 seconds. So it's fast, right? So I can, you know, this is like, people will say, I don't want to pay. And I get it. We're local round here. We're all about the local models, right? So we already sank our money into silicon so that we could generate for free, right? But you can't get Context Pro right now. So if you want to test it out, that's one way of doing it. Another thing, say I'm at the coffee shop. I've got my netbook, Chromebook, you know, it can run Comfy UI, but it only has 4 gigabytes of RAM or 2 gigabytes. It doesn't matter. You don't need any gigabytes of RAM. So it offloads a lot of the performance. And I think that you could make more complicated workflows taking advantage of this. Is it going to cost money? Yes. Does it use a GPU? No. And I think that's basically what's going on here. And there's actually a lot of them. The reason I've made a little thing here is this is just the Flux ones. If I right click here and go add node, API. They've been busy, guys. So we've got Ideogram, V1, V2, V3. We've got OpenAI, DALL-E 2, DALL-E 3, GPT. We've got Kling, Virtual Try-On, Kling Image Generation. We've got Black Forest Labs is under BFL, so here's all the ones I just showed you. I do want to see what the expand image is like, because upscaling does take time, and for something, say I'm doing commercial, it'd be nice, so we might get some of my outputs and feed it into that in a second and see how it looks. But like I say, Luma, reference, text to image, image to image, remember, right, you could probably get a lot of these weights on your computer, but the stack is going to be it's going to be a lot of space and a lot of buggering about to get it all working. When Recraft, text to vector, ooh, text to vector, but I do that with my nodes for free, you see. But anyway, you've got it all here, right? Recraft, vectorize image. I like this. We'll have to come back to Recraft. I didn't even see that yet. So stability, conservative upscale, creative upscale, fast upscale, image ultra, and 3.5. Runway text to image. In the text section, we've got OpenAI chat. There's 3 nodes there. We've got Gemini, 2 nodes there. Video, we have Minimax, VO2. That's probably the best one, but I think it's about $3 a video. Kling, God knows what the price is, but loads of options here. Look, lip sync video with audio, dual character with video effects. Right. So if you don't want to mess around and spend forever trying to get a workflow that takes for ages, you can just have access to all these services that everybody else has access to, but all through Comfy UI. And that means you can feed it with your normal setup. So say you've got images you like to use, you can already do that. I missed it. I lost it. Come back. Come back to me, API nodes. Oh, it's going to put it really close. Dangerously close to me. Anyway. So yeah, video, Pixverse, Pika, Runway, and then finally 3D. We have Tripo and Rodin, which I haven't tried. And I do plan on trying them all, but not at the moment. I just have to mention it because, that's what we do. Comfy UI, custom nodes. And this is a new thing. Up until now, the API in the context of Comfy UI meant us building an API with Comfy UI to use our GPUs to do stuff through some web front end. But now the workflows can just talk straight to a different API through our account. And like I said, the weights will come out. This isn't like a protectionist thing. This is every time a new model comes out, it's only on API for a week or a month because it's new. They always do it. But eventually the weights will become available. If they're going to become available, they will. But it's just worth mentioning the fact that you don't need to have the whole Flux stack, because when you think about it, if you wanted to do control, fill, and you can't even do it with ultra raw context, right? You can't. You'd need to have, like, what is it, 20? You could, yeah, sure, you could quantize them and stuff, but you're talking about a big stack there, and that's been reduced to 1 node for 5 cents. And the thing is, you got to remember, this isn't to be set up with a run pod that's connected to an expensive GPU. You just pay that much. So it's an interesting new approach. I'd say this is like halfway in between a cloud subscription, like a run pod, and then the other end of the scale, which is buying your own silicon and getting a big like 4090 or something up to that scale. Like I said yesterday, we spent the whole show focusing on the fact that in LLMs, you can actually run world-class models on a 4 GB machine now. So, you're not... It's sort of like the advantage of having that 24 GB GPU is actually going away. Because think about it. You don't have it, it doesn't matter. You can still be part of this. I know that if a client is paying me to do a job, there's a budget 5 cents on the image? Come on, man. How many images do you think I actually need? Do you know what I mean? And this is kind of where we're going. I would like to see some kind of API that allows you to use pre-trained LoRa's, because at this point, this is cool. But it's kind of like 1 step forward and 2 steps back, because the whole beauty of these systems is the fine-tuning aspect. If you can't use fine-tuning, this is just like what could be possible if they had your LoRa, but they don't. And that's a big problem for a lot of people. A lot of people want to use their fine-tunes. Just simple facts. And other platforms have figured out how to do it. Civitai is the #1 example. You know, you can train or upload a LoRa if it's marked with the right base model, and you say people can generate. They can on site just start generating those images from, you know what I mean? It's no problem, right? Now, I don't know if this is like building blocks, but I do like, because at the moment I have to run a separate Comfy UI to run 3D, because the 3D backend is actually kind of nasty. It doesn't like to play with a lot of the nodes that we use for image and video. That may not be the same forever, but the ability to come in and just do 3D like this is quite nice. They're quite expensive subscriptions as well, a lot of these sites, and they're all in one place. Now, I hope that Comfy isn't losing money on this thing just to try and make it popular, because that seems to be a common strategy in AI. I hope that they're making money from this, because a lot of people really don't like it. They don't like the idea of putting a payment thing in and all this. And I'm like, well, if it keeps Comfy from becoming irrelevant because they haven't got any money, do you know what I mean? They need some money to develop and stuff. So, but I don't know. I can't comment. I don't know anything about their internals. All I'm saying is this, I think, creates a new third access point. So at the moment, the access points are, I'm in RunPod and I want to run with my cloud GPU, Comfy UI. And the other end of the scale, as I said before, you own your GPU, right? And so you want to run Comfy UI to do all these new things, okay? Now, there's a point in the middle, right, where they don't want to run pod, they want to use Comfy UI, but they don't have a GPU. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with Comfy UI now which doesn't involve a GPU, like image manipulation, various other bits and pieces, okay? There's a lot of stuff you can do with just CPU. So it's not all about the GPU, right? I mean, how many times have you offloaded your clip to CPU? So all I'm trying to say is, like, this gives a sort of pure CPU approach, which you can generate images. So as I was saying, if I'm sat in a coffee shop with a Chromebook, I can open up Comfy UI. Maybe not, but should be able to open up Comfy UI. But yeah, like I said, I don't need a GPU, bottom line. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, because it's more people that can use the workflows we make to do what they want to do. Like, at the end of the day, people don't care if it gives them the image they wanted, right? They don't. It's not really about, oh, this tool is better than this tool. Because, in fact, a lot of people have pointed out recently they can't use the virtualization stuff because their CPU doesn't support it. So at that point, it's like, well, where's the accommodation for them, you know? But anyway, so Context Pro, you want to check it out. It's in the API native folder in my workflows. And my website is a ghost. Can I not log in still? It's timing out. Yeah, see, I can't log into it. And it's not accepting SSH. See, what I think happened was I was doing an upgrade on the Ubuntu, because it was 18. It was Ubuntu 18. I think I was just like, hadn't upgraded it for too long, like 6 years. Probably more like 4. But the way I saw it was, I don't need to update it. There's nothing wrong with it. And then it came across I had to actually update Node. Node wouldn't update beyond version 18, and I needed version 19 for something. So finally it had come to the point. So I went to restart the server. Not restart it. Well, I did. I restarted it. It was fine. Ready to update. Did the update. It went halfway through the update and it did the thing that you hate with Linux headless. It kicked me out and blocked the SSH. I was like, no. Yeah, I've had this server since 2018. It's done a lot of things. It's done a lot of work for me, right? So it's probably like a rat's nest after all that time, okay? It's ran, like world-class 5M servers. It's done all kinds of crazy stuff over the years. The only thing is, I'm locked out, and they were like, oh, it's your fault, reboot it. So I rebooted it, and now it's like the server's back up, everything's back up, but unfortunately, like I said, if I go to my website, it's still here. We're listening to the radio station which is playing from it, so like I know it works, it's working, we're listening to the radio playing right now. But yeah, it's a bit of a ghost right now. It's like I got a zombie server running everything at the moment. It's not letting anybody in. And when I contacted the server company, they were like, just restart it, bro. So I've restarted it, and yeah, it's not accepting connection, so I got to figure something else out. That kind of derailed the whole show, because that was basically part of the plan tonight. Part of it was looking at these new APIs, which is super cool. And like I said, there's so many of them. I actually legitimately do think that this is worth $1, just for sort of like no hassle. I think it might be really good, you know. But like I say, I don't want to double guess it because I haven't even tried it. But it seems like the sort of thing that this would be really good for, because upscaling can take time. Sometimes it's your best image. So I'd be like, oh, if it is good as they say, I might use that as like a finishing step for commercial stuff. Because like I said, it's 5 cents, and it's probably going to be the best upscaler you can get. A little bit strange about like the crop settings or whatever this is about. Number of pixels. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't an upscaler. It's for outpainting. Number of pixels to expand at the top of the image. Alright, so it's not what I thought it was. It's just the opposite of fill. Okay, fine. I take it back. Damn, I thought there would be like a cool upscaler. Oh well, I'm sure there are others. In fact, I think I did see one in the list, but yeah. Enjoy yourself, have a look, fun. It's fun. How much credit have I got left? 457? Okay. Hey Zeus, welcome. Control Art says, I'm looking forward to the DevWeights version to release for context. Yeah, the only thing I'm like, it's kind of hard to judge the quality of an API-based context when the whole point is you're supposed to have like a conversation and edit the image. You know what I mean? But I guess you are putting an image into it and then asking for something to change. Do you know what? Here, let's try something funny. Right. She has a black handlebar moustache. Alright. Mate, ghosts in comfy as well. Huh? That's not a handlebar moustache. I've been scammed. So does it do prompt editing? I don't think it does. And also Comfy UI keeps glitching out. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's because it's such a small image. One to one. That was a bit quick and a bit crap. Okay. The woman's face features a black handlebar mustachio. If you can't do that, I mean, I can do that with a Sharpie pen in about... Right? So, if you can't do that... Comfy you why he's not having a good night. Hey! It did it, guys! See, all the money was worth it. Now we can draw mustachios on people's faces. Like, even if you don't have a pen. Isn't that amazing? I'd say that's a good use of all that technology. The handlebar mustachio. It's a classic. I think somebody actually copyrighted a Mona Lisa, which he drew a handlebar mustachio. Should we ask Claude about it? Turn the hair blue, tax it harder. Hang on. So, who copyrighted the Mona Lisa with a moustache? Mustachio. Who did it? Was it Dragon Diffusion? Or was it Zeus 194? I'm not sure. Who did it? It was from a TV show. It wasn't real. It was fiction. Man, he's having to think about this a lot. Let me check his thoughts for a second. Why are you going so slow? Aha! Marcel Duchamp. And who is Marcel Duchamp? Anyone? Let's see if you can beat him to it. Who is Marcel Duchamp? So, his famous artwork, L-O-O-Q. Oh, sorry, L-H-O-O-Q. Okay. Apparently, if you pronounce those words in French, L-H-O-A-Q. Oh dear, I just said a... Damn it! Duchamp just tricked me into saying French vulgar phrases. You clever monkey. Isn't that great? 1919. He drew a mustache and a goatee on the Mona Lisa and added words to the bottom which make you say something vulgar. Okay? It was a ready-made. This guy's a big inspiration to me, by the way, so I'm like highlighting this as a deliberate sort of convergence point here. Coincidence is fun. So he died in 1968. So technically, his Mona Lisa with the mustache drawn on is public domain now. Isn't that fun? And because Mona Lisa's been public domain for centuries. Fair. Oh, but if AI trains on all the art, then what? All the good stuff's already public domain. Ask about Banksy. Well, Banksy is interesting. I'll say it and I'll do it, yeah. So Marcel Duchamp. In other words, Marcel the Champion. Pioneered the concept of ready-mades, ordinary manufactured objects that he designated as art, simply by placing them in an art context. His famous ready-made is The Fountain. Anybody familiar with this one? You're going to love it. The Fountain. It's a urinal placed on its... So normally it'd be mounted to the wall here. So he put it on the floor, mounted upwards, and then signed it. Yeah? This is the Dada movement. Emerged during World War I, rejected traditional artistic values. We better not do the bride strip bare. But yeah, the mustached Mona Lisa. Okay. It's all related. Okay, I'll ask for you, Dragon. I'll be say, what bearing does Banksy have on this conversation? They'll probably say, oh, well, he's also counter-culture or counter-art and all this. Yeah, he's made multiple works featuring the Mona Lisa, usually, notably holding a rocket launcher. Come on, let's see it. I need to see it. Oh, hell yeah. The remix for 2025. When did he do this? 2008. Ahead of his time, man. And look, unnecessary headphones, just like all AI. He was ahead of his time. It's probably got something to do with like being connected digitally and yeah. But anyway, Duchamp questioned what is art by putting a urinal in a gallery. Banksy questions where should art be by putting it on walls instead of galleries. It's a bit weak and tenuous, but it's better than a BBC presentation. Duchamp mocked high art. Banksy critiqued capitalism and stuff. So, I guess Duchamp was a little bit more... Because, you know, if you're just literally mocking the high art pretense itself, I think that kind of transcends the clickbait. But I don't mean to criticise, because what do I know? I'm just saying I think this is a bit more pure. But then that's why you get a movement named after you that people still care about after over 100 years, you know, because it's an interesting point. The conversation about what is art is pretty interesting, and like they've been raging about it for 100 years or more. There's no, you know what I mean? So whenever people sit there and go, oh, this is going to kill art, they don't even know what art is. They're still arguing about it. And that's why other people say, don't worry about them arguing, just get on with creating what you want to create. Just keep going. Just keep making what you want to make. Just keep making the thing you want to make. Because you make it because you want to make it, not because people say you can or can't. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I appreciate what he does. Super guerrilla style. They literally pull up in the night and they're done and pull off like it's like an op. So crazy. One went down in my town as well. It was instantly valued at £1 million. It's kind of funny. But anyway, enough of all that. Let's do a beginner's guide to with Masharona's mustachio in the top right corner. We're going to take a look at this WSL business. It shouldn't take long. He says... no, we're going to do a new folder. We're going to call it, where are we? Tools. I probably already got it on here, but we'll do it again. Tools. WSL demo. Okay. All right. So, essentially, let's open up a little command line here, and we're going to have him help us out, right? So you can use whichever one you want to use. What's this on? What? It's on Claude 3.7 for some reason. Weird. I wonder what? Strange things. I'm getting ghosts in the machine today. Like time warps and stuff. Like what? How is that not... Yeah, how is that still on 3.7 thinking? It's really quite bizarre. I've been using that for a while. Okay. Right. So, I want to show you, you know, I don't know what WSL is, right? Okay. We can begin installing WSL for Ubuntu. Okay. Give me step-by-step commands for Windows CLI. Nice and easy. Yeah? Nice and easy. Look at all this pseudo stuff. Windows 10. Enable WSL feature. Oh, that's cool. Do you know what? I never even did that. Let's see what happens. Okay, that worked. Enable virtual machine platform. Cool. All right, restart computer. Ah, what a drag. Just a second, guys. Right, let's see. Let's see if I turn off the right button this time, yeah? It's happened before. Right, listen, I'm just going to shut it down. It won't take a sec. Yeah, but I'm going through everything like I've never done it, so I think I've already got it switched on, but I'm going to do it. Like, it doesn't hurt. He loves turning off and on again. See? Waiting. Oh! Hey, here we go. And then it doesn't come back, you know? Like, You need to point out you should do a restore point. Yeah, but I don't believe in restore points, Dragon. I think they're a scam. I think Windows bricking is a scam. I think you should actually just back up all the data on your Windows, so if it bricks, you can just reinstall it, because I don't have much respect for it. You know, if you can just reinstall it and put your stuff back on, why do I care about it? You know what I mean? It's a load of nonsense. So I don't even try. I'm not even going to get... No, backup, switch the backup off, turn all the cloud stuff off, get rid of it. You should, I reckon... I bet you're a debloater too. But yeah, I think if you're able to rebuild Windows, then you should probably practice, like, I think it's more important to learn how to reinstall Windows than it is to learn what a restore point is. But yeah, I mean, it's possible to brick Windows doing just doing an update, so I don't even, do you know what I mean? It's not sort of, not something I worry about, mate. Probably installed Windows too many times. More than my fair share. Right? Easily more than my fair share. Okay, so let's go and see what he wants us to do, because we were doing stuff. And to be fair, if you want to go and read Microsoft TechNet, you will get the more information, but I'm doing this to see what he tells us to do, right? So far, so good. So step 4, download and install a WSL Linux kernel update. I've never even heard of it. Okay, it's not opening, so I guess I'll just have to do it myself. Gone are the days when you could get Windows 98 up in an hour. In an hour? That thing took like 24 floppy disks. You must be thinking of Windows XP. Or Windows 7 was a golden boy. That one was okay. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, we're researching stuff. Right, give me the thing. Hey, is it downloaded 7 of them? Nope, just the one. It's tiny, but it's taking forever. That's a point. Have I downloaded the other thing yet? Did it do it? It's still downloading? Dude. I downloaded that voice changer thing that was recommended by Dragon in the Discord, and it's still downloading the full files. But they were only... they wasn't that big. So I've got no idea what it's doing. But who cares? Let's run this thing. It's completed. WSL subsystem update complete. Alright, cool. So then set WSL 2. Oh! We're doing the upgrade. For information on key differences, go here. Oh, what's this? 1 and 2. WSL1. Oh, WSL2 doesn't run in VMware. Basically. Cool. Oh well, who cares? Doesn't bother me. I'm literally virtualizing for myself, not to try and sell it to somebody. Alright. Who cares? Alright. Next. Install Ubuntu. Now it's probably going to be like, you already got Ubuntu. Oh, maybe not. Right. Just thought I had it on this system already, but you know. You need WSL2 for GPU. I don't know, you tell me. Last time I used WSL, I just used WSL. So. And to be honest, it is just WSL, but so I don't even know. I don't even know. It's not doing anything now. Right. So anyway, when it figures out what the internet is, well, we've got version 2, so that's cool. And after that, it's done. And then you can do your sudo update and stuff in the WSL terminal. Yes. So we're doing that one. Alternative method, just type that. Which is probably what I did in the past. Just type that. He's having fun though, isn't he? What I usually do is find something else to do while this is doing whatever it's doing. Got some video results from the Gunsai model, which are nice. Where's my thingy? I'm not doing it like that anymore. I'm not doing it like that anymore. Do it like this. Wait, nothing happened. I need to add my tool to startup. It's that good. So anyway, yeah, I made a tool. It's pretty good. Distribution. See, I need to add that. No. I want to add that to my startup, so it just starts when I start the machine every time. It's actually that good. Whatever, we'll just open it for now. Like, what is it? It's just a hotkey thing for my it's like a hotkey tool for my second keyboard. You can also click on it, but there we go. I can use the keyboard for that. Wait for it. I love it. Anyway, so let's just take a look. One video. Gunsai. Now there were some additional videos that went in the other folder, because when I left you yesterday it was still cooking them. So it made these first. So let me just add them to a playlist real quick. We'll get the new ones as well. And it's a bit ropey, you know, but that how it be. I think they came out okay. Some of them are a little bit skittish, a bit sketchy, but considering how much movement there was in the footage, because it's like race car footage, and I reckon you could probably make it better by adjusting like steps and CFG and stuff like this, but it pretty much, is that all of them? Seriously, I could have sworn I just put like 6 videos in there. Where's the bloody playlist at? Very confused about what other cars are doing on the road, but then I didn't caption them. I just used one caption for the whole data set, so a lot of stuff is happening, you know. Sometimes there's a car in front, sometimes there isn't, sometimes you get these. And it's not even like I changed the settings either. I was testing different models though, like different epochs. So I think maybe the extra contrast and the horizontal lines might be indicating that it's overtrained. In every instance, it's been the early epochs which has been best. And so now what I'm thinking with this whole video training project is to use very simple captions. Very simple captions, unless you're using phrases which are aligning with the main model, and then that's going to blend that into whatever you just... Why is it? Can you play them in order and all the time? Look, Matt, play them all. Randomly. Play them all randomly. Don't stop. Okay. But like I said, I think it might be worth actually relaxing the training settings, not... Because everything we've been doing up until this point has been increasing the training strength, I guess you could say. And now what I'm thinking is actually, because if I double the repeats, I can train in 1 to 2 epochs. You don't need to do the full 10 at all. There's like virtually no point. So I'm thinking that actually maybe it's like too strong. So I'm not sure if it's best to I think it might be reduce the learning rate, you know, because we used to see stuff like that with Stable Diffusion 2.1. See, look how good it is in this one. That looks like video, except for the car being freaked out, and then it's cooked. Like, that's not too bad. It's a bit undertrained, the other one. This one's overtrained. Like, you can tell, it looks like some kind of effect. That one's really good. But the captions is a lot more complicated. It's partly why the dash is so good, because there's a lot in the caption which is related to the dash, and there's virtually nothing being described outside, you know, because the dash is always there, so it's always in the caption. But I don't know what type of trees, and you know, and so I think he loses the plot a little bit, because it literally just says Japanese countryside or something, Japanese mountain road, something like that, something generic. NC17Z comes in. Drift. Do you know of any type of optical flow, such as stabilization nodes within Comfy UI? One pass could do the trick of stabilizing it a touch. Oh, right. Well, I still do use post-processing on my main... You know, if I'm doing a main project, I'll still use a post-processing step in, like, Dissolve or Premiere. Whatever I have. Whatever looks fun. But no, you're not wrong. I mean, to be honest, I was actually trying to train that movement in. Because if you notice, everything's shaking like... You know on Star Trek when everyone pretends to get hit by the battle? This one is like the car is shaking. So you've got camera shake from the car mount. But then you've also got shake from movement, and then the driver's moving with it too, and in some of them it looks really good, and that's what I was trying to train. But we trained it as an effect, and then we've also trained it as a style. So you've got your car racing style, and then you've got your like man in cockpit experiencing G's. Because the thing is, right, a guy in a car seat but it's shaking like this, it's the same sort of motion vectors in the actual video as what you would get in like a sci-fi jetpack, like a cockpit of a fighter jet or something, right? Oh, and it looks like Dragon Diffusion's come in clutch with Comfy UI Flatten and Comfy UI Optical Flow, which may also do stabilization. But yeah, I was trying to teach it a natural camera motion, because he does actually, when you see the good clips. See, I like to show everyone the failures as well as the good stuff, because anybody can cherry pick, right? But these came out in order, right? So if you generated 10 videos and walked away, you expect to come back to something like this. Do you know what? A couple of these clips you could 100% just post. You just have to cut out the bits where it goes ropey, you know? But it's like this. I wouldn't use that unless. But then you could use this with a text over the top, and people would just think it was a special effect, guys. It does actually look like it might be real. Maybe the camera's crap, but it kind of looks. Do you know what I mean? Everything's kind of shaking around. The guy is moving a little bit differently than. Wow! Did he actually steer? He actually steered the right way. He's steering the right way. Wait a minute. Hang on. Turn right. Straighten up. Turn right. Oh, that. Right, left. Right. Yeah, this one's all over the place. But it's like counter steering sometimes. What? No way. Turns. No, come on, that's not right. Oh my god. When he turns the wheel and it's incredibly lifelike, considering that all we did was use one prompt and split a video and chunk it through. This is like the first train is the zero effort style train. I say zero effort because you take the video, you chunk it into 3-second segments, and then you apply the most basic description that could apply to the whole video to every file and train it with defaults. So when I say least effort, you still have to do a lot of work, but you didn't have to think, you know? You just literally went, split it, tag it, train it. You didn't actually do anything, really. It's the second pass where we come through and we go, is this really what's happening in this, you know? And then maybe change it a few bits. Like, that looked like actual video, and then it melts. Like, it's always the first few seconds that look best if it's good. Right, well, if my website's still working, let's use my tool before it breaks. We'll do the version 2. So yeah, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? Well, I've put my token in, so, or whatever. I mean, it's still working at the moment. Maybe I should just not do anything for a while. Complete it with some other kind of sport dash cam like NASCAR. Yeah, you could do. The thing is, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get like a good style, like a good aesthetic, you know, like what we've based this on. You're going to see we're going to see the ground truth in a second, because I'm going to start looking at it, right? Let me just set up this tool here. No matching media and text files found. Oh, okay, hang on. We got some work to do already. It looks like I've already like scooped it out, so delete that, and then I need my NAS and archive datasets, Gunsai. There we go. Right, so just Control A, Control C, and I'll say E0. And in fact, I've already got it backed up, so just go straight to V1. Okay. And then we'll just, you know, basically there wasn't a data set. So yeah, that helps to actually have a data set. Right, okay, and I'm going to say here, I'll say backup, which is kind of irrelevant, but it's a nice feature. If you need to roll back because you scuffed it. Okay, as you can see, yeah, that's pretty, like, this is real. Do you know what I mean? This is real footage. I think he's running free 86 on YouTube. I don't remember where the video came from. Yeah, they're running free 86. The link's right there on the screen. Great channel. You should subscribe if you like 86s and drifting. But like I say, this is a real video he's just recorded on one of his days at Gunsai. So, as you can see, it features a number of things which I'm trying to teach. Number one, the car is not straight. The car, all of these video models, they want to show the inside of the car with the car straight ahead and things moving past the side. But when you do a drift entry, obviously it looks like this, which is a little bit offset. So that's a weird thing to try and teach, yeah? And then number 2, furious counter steering. So if we take another look. He's steering left, 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 now right, now left. Now he's steering left and then right. Okay. One more time. So you see the spin there? So he turned right and then let the wheel spin before grabbing it again to counter to the next. Anyway, so these are things which aren't in the model. But it knows what the inside of the car looks like. It knows what the trees and the road, and it knows what a guy in a helmet, it knows what all the things are, but it's the motion patterns which it doesn't know. So what we're really trying to do is teach the motion. As it came out, was quite surprising, I thought. In the end, as it came out, let's see, that one. It's pretty close, isn't it? It's a mess, but every video is captioned with the same caption. So yeah, what we're looking at is an average of everything tagged badly. Did I just set off your Alexa, did I? Alexa, go to sleep. So, it's not the best one either. I'm not sure what the best one is. It's kind of hard to tell from a thumbnail. These feel like they're coming through a TV. Have you ever watched like Rally on telly and they show the inside of the car and it's completely like a mess? It's so shaky, you can't see what's going on. There's interference, you know, and it's so loud. All you can't hear is just peaking. The mic's just peaking with engine revolution noises, and this is what you get. And for that, it's not bad actually. For like SD footage, it's not bad. A little bit cooked, but like I said, I think we can do better. And everything that we learned about the last video data set, we can use in this one. So I think we've got about 78 clips. Okay. So I'm going to go and draw. I'm going to draw another coffee. All right. But basically, my plan is to try and make this a little bit better. We did this before. What was it? The other day? The other day we did this. And the plan is just to get a notepad out. You don't need anything crazy. Hopefully the notepad won't be something stupid. Yeah. It's trying to dox me again. Look, because it does this sometimes. It goes, oh, I couldn't find that file. Delete, and it closes a bunch of files. And then like weeks ago, you had something important there, and that's how you get done. It's funny, mate. Streaming's so much fun. All right. So let me just. I didn't need to drag it off actually, because you can't even move the bloody window. It's a classic Windows feature. When if the notification is there, you can't do anything with it. It's awesome. But that's why we have this little thing which I can pull up on the screen occasionally, but we do it at half time because it's coffee time. He says and clicks the wrong button. Click the wrong button, John. Yeah, so anyway, I like doing silly voices and I like doing audio effects, and we're starting to get to the video portrait finally. The reason I haven't gone anywhere near it is because I used to do a bit of puppeteering And if I can get more emotion out of a sock puppet than I can get out of a video generation, it's not ready. And I think that we're getting there now. Do you know what I mean? Like, the words didn't match the face, didn't match the expression. And so it had that uncanny valley to it. Even though the quality is getting really good, it's only the last week or so when we've started to see stuff that didn't just look a bit jank. I don't know. And we've been at this for a year. You can go back on my channel, check out the deep dives on Talking Heads from last summer, where we were still using After Effects. We tried using Adobe Character Animator, we tried using Hedra. You know, we were willing to go anywhere to get what we could, you know, the best we could get. At the moment, the best solution seems to be using WAN image to video to fine-tune a flux model of a character, to make her talk with a WAN image to video, and then use latent sync to dub the voice to the character. But here's the problem. The face and movement is totally random. Totally random. So only recently we've started to see some expression control stuff going open source, and to be honest, it needs to be like dynamic, you know, because I don't think anybody's going to sit there and be like programming in micro expressions, you know. I think you need to be able to say, you know, angry woman saying this, and then it looks like that. And that's what they've done with VO3. So I'm hoping that we see more of that on our side of things. So let's take a look at this project here that we're doing today, shall we? So we've got a dude, he's driving around corners in a Japanese forest. So let's take a look at the initial prompt that we've got here. GXG style video depicts first person view of racing car interior with detailed dashboard. Driver is gripping the wheel and counter steering as he slides the car around corners at high speed. The camera is fixed in its position, providing an over-the-shoulder point of view, moving at high speed down Japanese country roads. Right, so I think that doesn't align as best it could. And also, I made tools for this. So do you know what? For this project, we're going to go a little bit further. Yes. All right. This is going to be fun. I got something in mind. Now. Good. See, the derailing was real, guys. We were going to work on server automation and management today, and I need a server to do that. I don't have a server to, like, it's there and it's running, but I can't log in. I've been locked out somehow. I think SSH port's down. I was going to try my back door, but I don't think that's working either. So it's kind of embarrassing, to be fair. Like, the worst case scenario is I can't even back up all of the files I have on the website right now. And I have to, like, go back to my last backup, which basically means maybe I lose some stuff. But if I'm being honest, everything that's on there was done in the last few months anyway. Pretty much. And everything, you know, that's not backed up. And it's not really not backed up because I wrote it all myself. I've got all the source code. I could just build it all again. So it's just a pain in the bottom. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up Comfy. We're going to use my famous workflow. I'm sure many of you have used it by now. That would be the Flux training or captioning tools rather. And so we're going to set it up with a QuenVL on video append. Should we video append? No, I'll just do video captioner, I think. 160 or 60. Strange. Hang on. Well, that is the last one. I can't remember why that one had so many changes. Actually, I think I'll just use the most up-to-date one. Whatever, I can just change it. Okay, we're going to download it. We're going to go into Comfy. which just opened. Good timing. Do not do the talking head thing yet. I need to empty the dog. Oh, don't worry. We're not doing talking heads tonight. We already did that. Like, you know, if I already did that recently, I'm not going to milk it. You can get the Head Talker workflow in the pack. It's all on DJZ Workflows, which is part of Mushroom Fleet GitHub. Alright. So this is the Quen 25VL video set captioner. This is built for working with video files. So we're going to need the downloads folder. Did I have that set up? No, I didn't. I should have set it up as a shortcut anyway. It's alright. Downloads. Gunsight. V1. So... okay, so we don't need the captions and we don't need the backup. Let me just take them out and put them here. And that's the V0 and the V0. See, that's the old captions for just people who need that for prompt lists and stuff like that. And then this one is agent training, you know. And then this one is for the gun sight, the full thing that gets trained. So I'm doing V1 now. Alright, okay, this looks like the one. And the thing about this is it's going to be doing an append. So what we're going to end up with is back in my Captioneer program or website, we're going to end up with the QuenVL tagging onto the bottom. And then we'll be able to choose a strategy for each image so that the template is like rhyming. We talked about this before, the rhyming, the poetry. There has to be like a similarity point. Everything that's different gets noticed. So if you don't want it to notice, it has to be the same. And repeating your terminology in a branching structure, that approach means that it will ignore the stuff that was the same and it will pay more attention to the things that were not. It's like the essence of difference-based training. Which is why that one picture of the fluorescent yellow jacket takes over the entire neural network. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Because it's so different from everything else you showed it. Because that's what it's looking for, is difference. And then it measures the difference, and that vector essentially becomes what it learned. It makes sense when you think about it, right? You know, if I have, what's the difference between red and blue? And then what's the difference between a circle and a square? Do you know what I mean? It learns the difference between them by looking at the difference. Okay, so back to the workflow. Where is it? It's here. Right, so back to the workflow. This is going to be gun sight V1. Oh, there, gun sight V1. We got an increment from 0. Just need to get the path. Put the path into my entry point there. Cool. So as you can see, we're doing something a bit weird on this one, right? So we are taking we're skipping the first 5 frames. We're only taking 16 frames and we're only doing 30 frames per second. Okay. And then we're going to select frame 10 from that batch. So that will be like frame 15, I guess. So that's like at 30 FPS. Well, it's frame 20, isn't it? No, 10 plus 5 is 15. Yeah. So it'll be like half a second into the clip, maybe. And that's what actually gets captioned. Yeah. So we're not captioning every single frame. That would take forever, right? We're going to, you know, from each video that's loaded, we're going to load a small chunk of that video, and then we're going to take one of those frames out. And that will be what gets appended to the file name with the same name. Now there's a couple of things I'm going to do here. So like at the moment, if you remember, the caption is GXG style video depicts first person view. It's a bit ropey. I don't want to change it to FPV style. I think that's a little bit too much. And if I was to change FPV or POV, you know, yeah, I think first person view does work well. I've used it before. I think it might be better to say GXG style video in first person view depicts. I think that might be the first thing I might want to change, right? And then with detailed dashboard, I think maybe I'd put too much attention on the dashboard. I'll just say including view of race car interior dashboard, steering wheel, what was it? Steering wheel. See, driver is gripping the wheel, so I don't need to say that. You see what I mean? Let's just cut this down to interior view. Interior view. Includes dashboard. Steering wheel. I think we should probably change all this. GXG style video in first person view. Still too jaggy. Needs to flow better. GXG video first person view, comma. I might get away with that, but it's a bit too broken. First person view depiction of. First person view reveals interior and dashboard of race car. The driver wearing helmet, race suit and gloves. Race suit. Driver. No. Like I said, there's got to be a better way of saying this. Let's do one caption and see if this guy's going to offer me an option. So I want to change that to say GXG style. It's fine. We'll resolve this, you know. GXG style, it's fine there. And then, oh, this hasn't done anything. What we're going to do is we're going to open VS Studio with administrator, because I think that might be a small hitch. Either that or, I don't know. We'll come back to it. That should be the simple part, by the way. It's one command that just installs Ubuntu. Maybe I need to put in like, do you know what? Hang on a minute. I'm just going to guess 22.04. Go on, at least error. Oh, it just worked. Look, 22.04 is already installed. Alright, well, what about... Okay, what about 2404? Is that even a thing? I'm guessing. 2404 LTS is at 0. WSL2 is not supported with your current machine configuration. Please enable the virtual machine platform optional component and ensure virtualization is enabled by the BIOS. Yeah. But it is, though. We know it is, because I run Docker on here all the time. We did it on... I should remember the number. Wouldn't that be great? It'd be like, you can go and watch it on stream number whatever. But I don't remember that well. Well, it says what it says. And like, we just did all this. Stupid thing. We'll get back to it. It works on my laptop, which is new. My older desktop, a little bit ropey. And that is something which you can expect from Windows. So, scene appears to be vintage film footage. No. Scene appears to be action. What do you say? Action sports? No. And what would you call it there? Motorsport? Scene appears to be... No, well, it is. The scene appears to be motorsport footage. Wing it. DXG style. It's going to wrap. So what it's going to do is it's going to add that to the start. It's fine because I can clean it up with search replace, right? So, as a matter of fact, should we just take the GXG style video first person view reveals interior and dashboard of race car? Yeah, I think I should just start with that actually. Like that. Okay, make sure we've got it on 4-bit. We're using 3 billion instruct for this one. I should put it on 7 billion just to get those. But I don't think I have it downloaded, so I'm not going to waste time. So how many have we got? 60? We have 156, so that's like 78. Yeah. So that will be 78. Get ready for comfy to go bye-bye. It does tend to do that. Let's get on one of them so I can see the output. There we go. Oh, is the project name set? Yeah. Last checks. GXG. Alright, sounds good. Let's go. Wow, it didn't disappear. I'm actually surprised. Whoa! Oh yeah, that's the full bit that was sampled. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it sampled that image there. This is the one that got captioned. If you can't see my mouse, that would be column B, row 3, B3. So, or B2 if you count it from the bottom. I don't know. This one. We're captioning that. That's what's getting captioned. Doesn't it look like crap? Doesn't it? Because the thing is, we're training in 640-480. Ooh. He's following a chaser. Okay, what's going on in this one? So yeah, the funny thing is that everyone thinks that the captioning process is slow. But I bet you, I can't even describe this image naturally without trying to speed things up before the next one is here. It's actually very quick. Yeah, it's not the quickest, but you know, if I was, look, I'll do it on the next one. Okay, so we've got the inside of a drift car, and he's turning the wheel as he's behind a red Toyota Chaser going. Too late. I've got to talk like a commentator. And he's chasing the red car in the Japanese forest. He's going around the corner. Like, you might want to mention there's a camera on a thing there. You might want to mention the turbo gauge boosts. Like, you know, all of this, the boost There's a red fire extinguisher in the footwell. The fact you can actually see his legs as he's using the pedals. I think that would all nail down like the scene that we've got here, right? But the hard part, what I was finding was, how the hell do you describe driving through forest? Do you know what I mean? Like, look, this is like, is that like bamboo? It's in Japan. And then, lots of smoke coming out the back of a black car as he chases, drifting round. Too late. So yeah, tyre smoke as the lead car drifts ahead of, you know what I mean? You'd have to like come up with a cool strategy, because you've got to apply this to the same thing. You know, it's like, it's got to be the same every time. See, different type of, like, I'm just going to say red car. I've learned from the XJX Racing Laura that it's not worth trying to actually like give it a unique tag or say it's a Toyota whatever, because actually if you were to say the name of the car, it does know what that is, and it just ends up looking like the average. So like if you said Volkswagen, everything comes out looking a bit like a Jetta, you know, like a Golf sedan. And if you were saying like Toyota, everything comes out looking like a Camry or a Camry hatchback, right? Because you're kind of like, if you use the same terms, it's sort of like average with what it knew, and what it knew is more data than what you're presenting. So all you can, like I say, all you can do is fine tune. So that means you can hijack a concept that's very similar and tweak it to be what you're trying to represent. Or you can just use, like I say, I use loose terminology because I do a lot of style training. Like, dude, how do you even just look? So far sideways he's looking at the barrier, you know? How do you... But this is the sort of thing I'm trying to teach the AI, right? Because that's kind of like an abstract thing. Just going down the road, I bet he's already got like terabytes and terabytes of learning done on driving down the road, right? But he doesn't have... Oh, I think his car's broken down, bros. He hasn't moved. Oh, I remember. This is the video where he blows it up and he has to get towed. Yeah. Good times. That's how you know, see? That's how you know you had a good time. Because you binned it again. Good man. He actually sent the car. He does actually send the cars. Good stuff. But anyway, what's this? Oh wow, it's like a completely different camera angle that we haven't even seen before. That's not confusing. Nice chaser. And I'm deliberately training right now at 640 480 because I think that it's more accessible to train video at a low resolution, and then use the LoRa in higher resolutions if you can, right? I think there's a lot of utility there. Oh, this is the other angle which I failed to get rid of. The over the right shoulder. That's going to confuse it too. So you see how there's a few things? This is why I don't do perfection. I do iterative improvement like a sculpturer. And yes, it is possible to sculpt too hard and crack the rock and have to start again, but that's why you should back up between big changes. So yeah, this clip's going to have to come out. I'm trying to get only clips from one angle just to make, like, this is the angle I'm training. So, you know, if I wanted to make it more complicated and train multiple angles, I'd come up with like something to go at the start. Oh, hang on. Ah, no, he's still annoyed about how apparently I don't have I can only imagine that it turned itself off. I have had to turn virtualization back on before, but it still remains unknown why that happens. Alright, well, I mean, you know. Yeah, it is something that we could do, but let's just finish the tagging first. That looks like the exact same angle, but I bet it's just the same corner of the same racetrack. So interestingly, there's a bunch of stuff which I missed out. So the man has oh God. Anyway, so the man, he actually has way more detail in these images that I'm describing. So for example, there's a DSLR on a mount. That's quite obviously a camera over on the left hand side there. There's a red fire extinguisher in the passenger footwell. All of this stuff I could be describing, you know what I mean? What else? He's got like a decal of the teeth, you know, like off of a bomber. I bet there's a shark. He's got a shark mouth sticker on the side of his helmet. You know, just like... I do think also saying, you know, you can see him moving as he works. You know, you can see his legs as he's using the pedals, because you can actually see it. You know what I mean? It is actually there. And it's a bit like when you doing portraits and you say, if you don't mention the trousers, it'll be from the waist up. But if you say portrait wearing a jumper and trousers, now it has to render the trousers, so the angle gets further away. It's just like everybody was always complaining, oh man, I can't control the distance. And it's like, okay, did you prompt for the shoes? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, if you prompt for what the shoes are, it has to be somewhere in the picture, so that means you get further away. So it was always like a prompt engineering challenge, you know, because you can't just say mid-distance. What does that even mean, mid-distance? It doesn't know what meters are, so even if it knew, even if you could tell it 5 meters away, it wouldn't, you know what I mean? That's not, it doesn't understand, or even if you told it, it wouldn't matter. Okay, yeah, that's that. Brake lights. They do, it looks like bamboo, but it might just be some kind of tree. But yeah, certainly in the picture, all the time, you can see certain things. The fire extinguisher's always there, the camera's always there. So I think, like, things that are always in the picture should always be in the caption, right? Makes sense? Chrome ball on the gear lever. Where's his e-brake? I only just noticed that. Where's his e-brake? Hang on a minute. Does he? I bet he doesn't even e-brake. I bet he doesn't even e-brake because he's an actual legend. Give me a sec. Okay. Gear change. Okay. No, he don't. No, he don't need no e-brake. Yeah, yeah, I don't think he needs brakes, period. His solution for cornering is more engine, more power. Okay. So anyway, after that demonstration of high-octane insanity, we move back to captioning stills. But yeah, I don't even see an e-brake. The trees are the brakes. Yeah, true, yeah. Dems the brakes. How's that voice model going? It's been like downloading for hours. If it's really that big, I don't think this computer can run it. Do you know what I mean? Like if it takes that long to download. Oh. Okay, there's one more. Jeez Louise. It's called Voice Star. Blue gloves. Blue gloves. Yeah. It's sort of like a checklist of the stuff in the image. That's got to be there. That's got to be in the thing. I wonder if it's possible to like augment an LLM, get an agent. Give me a sec. Oh, his gloves are black now. He drifted so hard, his gloves changed black to black. It's actually made a whole batch of them. It's made the sequel, like, it's yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, no, not copy, save. Come over here, new thingamybobber, please, thingamybobber, and I want to go like this, and I'm gonna say. Okay, right, now check this out. Oh. Okay, so I have... What the hell just happened? It pulled me out. God damn it. I have attached an image, okay, which is a frame from a video, okay. I have included the vision-based output for a caption for this video. Okay. Boom. Right. Okay. We need to... Well, wait, not we need to. We can restructure... What's it? We can restructure this prompt into a template which leads with da, 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 and trails with, because I like to rap, not like Big Daddy Kane, like Father Christmas. I like to rap stuff. So we've got a template here which is going to go prefix, postfix, and everything else goes in the middle. And so what I want to do is reorder the stuff in the middle so that the stuff that's always going to be there comes first and the stuff that might be different comes last in that sandwich. Okay? Order of the items, order of the aspects of this description by most present first, which means that details inside the car are a priority, as they will always be present, whereas aspects described outside the car may change from shot to shot as the car is changing locations at high speed. Use of repeating phrases to describe similar qualities or concepts is rewarded. Oh my gosh. Rewarded in the rewarded in the learning process. Okay. So there we go. Simply put, and then I'm going to just make sure that this doesn't get bled, okay? So I'm going to say here, example prompt. Now, what do I mean by bled? What I mean is that whenever you're doing a prompt, there's a chance that the thing that you're asking it can actually bleed into the concept of the task itself. So in this case, I want to clearly use XML markup to separate the prompt from everything else I'm saying. Now, these modern AIs are actually pretty good at doing this without that, but this is magic that still works. It's still in the Anthropic handbook, and it works with Gemini and ChatGPT as well. Just XML structure. So, okay, so let's see if he can cook up something better than me. The driver's gloved hands grip the steering wheel. That's going to be in every video. Which features blue accents. Cool. And is mounted within a protective roll cage. Wait a minute. The gloves are in the steering wheel is mounted in a roll cage? I guess that makes sense. Dashboard displays multiple gauges and indicators, including a speedometer and tachometer reading. See, it's almost... See how he's going to put lots of attention into what the needles are doing. Interior showcases a modern design focused on functionality and safety. Just a quick reminder. Okay. All right. Functionality safety. Through the windshield, the driver sees a... I'm looking at the original now. Original lush greenery and trees. Scene captures intensity and precision required for rally racing, highlighting the driver's skill and the challenging terrain they navigate. And that's good for normalization as well. Oh, I know what happened. The damn thing opened an extra window. Big brain Windows. Right, so what we're going to do... How did this one finish? Interior show safety with racing specific equipment and controls. Cabin environment emphasizes technical precision. It's a bit wordy. It's a bit floaty. Through the windshield, driver navigates the winding forest lined with lush greenery and dense trees, capturing it. It's basically the same. Interior elements first. Hand, steering wheel, dash, interior. Exterior second. Road, trees, terrain. Repeating phrases. Precision, functionality, racing. Yeah, I didn't really want you to be saying all that. Okay, we can just curate this. Alright. Because this is nicer. But we have to do a couple of extra steps first here. Which is going to seem like, what the hell are we doing now? We're going to do convolution. Intentional convolution. Some people call it a process. I have to use big words because everyone uses that now. But yeah, it's the process, right? You could say it's a manual enhancement technique. You could say it's an augmentation. I don't know. But what I do know is you got two ways. This is a fork in the road. On the left fork, you can just ignore this, right? Because this is just a bit of an, oh, I wonder if... And what he's done is he's come up with this, okay? So I'm going to put that in my notepad up on the right-hand side up there. Let's just new tab. Put this one up here. Like that. Okay, just as a... Before, you saw this before when we did it with the XJX, right? This is going to be like my scratch pad for when we come to do the captioning. So the other fork in the road is, of course, the next step we're going to do. There's an extra step that you can stick in the middle, right? To enhance the captions beyond what they actually are. Using this, what we've done here. What I would do is I would copy the caption list, which we're about to make in here. We've already made it. We just haven't turned it into a list yet. And so I can show you how you do that. There's a workflow, which we did. I think it's on this tab. That'll be the next thing. Nope. That's not it. That's flux context. Okay. What about this one? What's behind door number 2? Same workflow? No? Video. Wait a minute. This is supposed to be caption tools. Wait, what? Useless. Stop renaming my tabs. Okay. I'll get it myself. Or I'll just make another one if I have to. Come on. We clicked here. We clicked here. We clicked here. And then we typed caption. There you go. And I know I have to use the first one because it's already overwritten the second one. Thanks, Comfy. It's all good though. I can just delete it and then git pull again. But yeah, it does do that. In between you opening and closing Comfy, it may decide to save whatever you have as the file name of a workflow you already have. So you might find that workflows you had saved on your local will just all be the same but named differently, and this is why it happens. Okay, so just, you know, watch out for that. It's nice and it's fun, that one. See here, so caption tools Quen 2.5 video caption, that's the one that we're using here. So this is that tool, right? But we've restarted a tab, an old tab, and it's loaded up Flux context. So if I was to save this now, it'll overwrite. I think it's already done it, actually. Yeah, it's already done it. So if I didn't save this, that workflow is now cooked. So you got to like download them, back them up. This is why I use a GitHub, so I can just pull them again. You don't keep workflows in the workflow folder. Yeah, you do. If you ever click save or save as, that's where they go. Export takes them out of Comfy. So if you've never clicked save or control S or save as, sure. But what I'm saying is you don't have to. So if you, like I said, if I'm here and I'll open up a new tab here. This is a tab I had earlier, like since the last restart, right? Let's open it up. What have we got? It's like Russian roulette. It might be the last thing you worked on. There you go. Look at that. Look, there you go. Straight up. Look at that. Caption to prompt list V11. So if I use this, in fact, I think it's already happened. It saved it by itself. So look, it's done. I didn't save this. It saved my native VO2 API workflow over the top of the workflow that I actually want, which is this workflow. That's what it should be. So now I've got to save that one as well. It's because of the new tabs. It's the new tab system. It keeps the name of the last workflow, but then it loads the wrong workflow. The last workflow you were working on gets automatically saved over the top of whatever it had in that tab. So then, and like I said, like you probably don't even notice this happening. But like I said, I delete my local workflows and I download them from my workflow pack. So, you know, it's just advice. If you make custom workflows, just be careful, because the next time you go to open it, it might not be what it's supposed to be. And you can always just drag one of the images from your outputs in there. It's not the end of the world, but it's just something annoying to watch out for. Right. So anyway, enough of that. I need to get the new captions. So we're not doing that. No, we're using the button. Much better. Quen 2.5, Gunsai, cap. Right, now I have it programmed to only give one caption, right? One caption for each of the sequences. So obviously, there. I'm just going to grab these real quick. Take them. And they're already the right name. They're already the correct name. Replace. And then, like I said, I want to then take this path here, put that in here, and say gun site V2. Well, it's not really V, or even 1 actually. It's like V05, I guess. It's like half, 0.5, because we haven't even edited them yet. But I want to explain to you that extra step I was talking about earlier. Do you know what I mean? I think he's done, guys. He just likes to crash for no reason. Yeah. So, output, please. Okay. And then captions, Gunsai VO5. Now, here we go. Change that to Gunsai VO5. Not 5, 0.5. And remember, we did this chat here where we were talking about, blah, 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 right? Follow the template. Okay. Follow our template as you process these prompts. Prompts into a new file named Gunsai v07.txt. Okay. Follow our template rules as you process these prompts into a new file named Gunsai. Okay, cool. So processing according to the thing, right? So you can automate what we're about to do and you don't have to do it like I'm going to do it, because there's a scale of human in loop. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Human in loop doctrine is basically saying, I'm not going to use an automated thing here. I'm going to sit there and look at what it's done, actually, because you're a stopgap, you're a blow-off valve, you're you're able to come in and not derail but re-rail the project, because the thing about AI is it does have a potential to just go crazy. And I don't mean that in like a Hollywood Skynet type of way. I just mean it's garbage. It just falls apart, right? And so we have to kind of help him not to fall on his face. They get better and better all the time, but a good example would be upscaling. If you just generated 100 images and half of them are crap, what's the point of upscaling all of them? Human in loop doctrine says, once you've generated the images, you pull the good ones to the upscaling folder, which then gets batch processed. It sounds like such a small thing, but you just saved yourself hours. And your outputs are better. So, like I say, human in loop doctrine sounds like really fancy, but actually it just means read your draft. Do you know what I mean? Read your draft. Like, you just generated a whole book with AI. Did you read it yet? Because if you didn't read it yet, you're not doing human in loop. And that's how you get slop. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, because I haven't seen your work. It might be really good, right? Probably is. But what I'm trying to say is, like, just skim reading your stuff and then making a few minor alterations will elevate what you can do with these tools to the point where I don't even talk about using AI anymore. Not really. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, if I'm talking about something I've built, I'm talking about the thing. I'm not talking about how I made it. It's a little bit like a chef. Like, did you like the cake? Did you eat the pie? Did it taste good? It's rare to be discussing what kind of blender I use in the back, you know? So that's the thing. Like, if you're elevating to production level, it's very rare people are even going to ask those questions. And even if they did, I'd just be like, yeah, I used AI for this. Honestly, the viewers don't care. They just want a good story. If that's, you know what I mean? If it's a story thing, they want a good story. If it's a game, they want a fun game. It's never really been about quality, has it? Like, I mean, in the sense of like 4K, 8K, 16K. You know what I mean? It's the full thing. And to be honest, I think right now we're ignoring the audio side of everything. This is why I was saying in the break time, you know, I want to do more dubbing stuff, because we sort of sit in a unique position where we're able to do all of this stuff with this technology, And if you just put on a funny voice, that's all it needs now. Put on a funny voice. You know? You'll have everyone guessing if it's even AI or not. You see what I mean? Anyway, I've said enough about that. So, as you can see here, what it's done is it's given me... What the hell? Did it just say steampunk technology? Wait a minute. Did I give him the wrong thing here? What? Wait a minute. Did I give him the wrong... Did I give him... Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. Something extremely fishy is going on here. I must have given him the wrong thing. Gunsai VO5. What? That's completely the wrong thing. I must have gone into the wrong folder. Whoops. Wait, what? I didn't go into the wrong folder. Huh? This is all XJX Airship. Okay, something went wrong. Let's find out what went wrong. Gunsai. Okay. The only thing I can think of is that I didn't press enter when I put the path in, and it crashed. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That was bizarre. Stupid comfy with your invisible nodes. What am I supposed to do? Reinstall it? Probably. So let's just check. Yeah, it didn't change the URL there. So, okay. Problem. Now, got to the bottom of it. Now I need to figure out how to fix it. So that would be Gunsai. I'm going in the wrong place now, aren't I? No, V1, there it is. Right, cool, cool, cool. Take that. I didn't press enter like that. That was my fatal mistake. So we'll change that to 6 and run it. And then immediately check. 06. Okay, thank you. Stupid. That was so stupid. Oh well, I've done stupider. Gunsai V1. Just check it. Yep, that's actually what I'm doing. I made him do the thing, and it was like bogus. Good times. I made a silly monkey mistake. I made a silly monkey mistake with my flesh sponge brain. Yeah. Yeah. Accurate. How do you spell sponge? I supplied the wrong... I can't type tonight. Supplied wrong captions. Please... oh, no. Please, we can repeat the task with the correct prompt list attached. I'm so silly. There we go. Off you go, mate. Because the thing is, I've still got the job of having to... Oh, wait. Wait. Is this broken? It's not... What's the problem? Is something here broken? Ah, that's broken. Right, okay. How does that affect the other thing? Blame the human in the loop. It's usually my fault. If it weren't for me, everything would have been fine. Look at this. I can't even do a simple prompt. My silly monkey brains. God damn it. What happened? I don't even know what happened. Yeah, exit the page. Yeah. Just let's try again. That's a new one, that is. Upstream connection reset. What? What? I've broken Claude today. This is a new record. Okay, right. So maybe it's because I was being so self-deprecative. The humor was missed, and he was like, you just triggered every security subroutine. Let's try it again. I'll be less deprecative this time of myself. I'll just say, we can repeat the task with this prompt list next. How about that? Just be a little bit, you know. Take the schizo level down by like 98%. Don't worry about that. We'll just get on with it. I was looking forward to his response. Oh well. But yeah, like I said, you know, the next task is to run through all the captions. So like, watch this. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? He doesn't like me. Yes. Yes. Okay. There we go. We're back in business. All right, now. Let's just... Can we clear some of these? Oh my God. So, yeah. As you can see here, what we've now got is this bit, which was all supplied by QuenVL, right? Nice, yeah. Oh, do you know what? It's just occurred to me. Yeah. So these will be in order. The only annoying thing about this self-enhancement is that because I'm doing them as a batch like this, I have to then hope that they went through in order. And what I noticed was, because this is something I've had to code for, so my sequential nodes are sequential. They go from 0 to whatever, however long the file is, they go that far and then they loop, right? So say you've got 60 images and you want seed 5 billion, it's going to divide it by 60 to find the index position. You know, it divides the total seeds by length to find which image is actually going to get. It does it instantly. It's not even a task, okay? But let me show you why I'm telling you this. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. You all know how to count, okay? But computers don't always count like that. So like a computer might not go 0, 9, 10. Yeah, here. A computer might not actually do this. Well, okay, he's going to do that, but he might not. It's kind of hard to describe. Sometimes he might decide, well, after 1, 0, it's 2, 1. It's 2, 0 next. And then he'll go all the way to 2, 9. And then he'll go back to 1, 1 again. Like, sometimes the way it counts is a bit demented. Like the zero numbers don't, you know what I mean? It's not going 9, 10, 11, 12. He'll go like 9, 10, 20 to 29. Then you, instead of 30, you'll go back to 11. But back to 11, go up through 20. I'm not entirely sure. It's something to do with the way the binary gets done. Hang on, let me see if I can find out. It's something to do with Unix. Okay. Why is my Unix system not incrementing through files and respecting their order? Often it will numerically skip 10 through 19, for example. Okay, it's probably easier just to get him to explain it, because he'll tell me like, why? Don't try and fix it. That's the next thing. Oh, don't worry. Oh, I can fix that. So here we go. This happens because Unix sorts files lexicographically, alphabetically, rather than numerically, right? So it goes 1, 10, 12, 19, 2, 20, 3. Can you see this? So if you write a script and you get it to increment through files, they don't actually go... Yeah, they don't actually do it. It doesn't actually do it alphabetically. It does it lexicographically, like he's saying here. Well, wait, it's the same thing. But it's not numerical is the important thing. So you'll get something like this. So say I have a folder full of images, image 1 through 100, and then you do a batch operation to do like animation or something. It actually jumbles up the sequence order of the frames and I lose my mind. Which is why with my Zenkai nodes, the ones that are done with sequential, they actually do it sequentially by the numbers, not by alphanumerics. Because alphabetically, file 2 comes before file 20. But file 2 comes after file 19. This is, yeah, bonkers, right? So, but obviously it's just something you have to code for. If you look at the code for Zenkai nodes 4 and 5, I think Zenkai prompt 4 and 5 have the key to this. LSV, LS1. You can rename them with 0 padding, which is actually what the comfy file names are. Remember, they're done with 0 padding, even though they always start from 0 every time you change a folder. But yeah. So anyway, that explains that. But what I'm trying to say is it's like matching up our enhanced prompts won't necessarily work here. So let's see, is that actually prompt 1 or prompt 10? You know what I mean? And then when I go over to my editor, this is prompt 1, which is Gunsai 1. So is this that? Win rename ignores 0 padding, but works with 10,000? Yes, indeed. So anyway, save, right? So now we've done 1, right? Now, obviously, in a perfect world, what we do is we would just literally copy each one. But as I said before, you've got to be careful. And that's why we were just talking about it. You know, I don't just bring this stuff up for fun. It's relevant. Like, the reason is when we do a batch process, number one, what order was this? So when we turned the list, you know what I mean? When we turned the captions that were just files in a folder into a single text file with a list 1, is that in order? I can say it is. I know it is. I've tested it. But when we then put this in here and process it, are they still in order? I think they are, but I think the proof's in the pudding. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't, it's all speculation until you actually do it. So, for example, so this one says red rally car. So this is one of the reasons why I did both. I said you got 2 forks. You can either do this or do that. And then we've done both. And the reason is to make my life easy now, because this should be the prompt. Red rally car ahead on Forested Road. Red rally car ahead on Forested Road. Yep, it's the same. So far, so good. I'll copy the next one. Let's move these closer together. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Sponsor logos. I think that's, do you know what? I think we've gotten away with it. I was really worried that the order would get totally jumbled up here. But I think so far we've gotten away with it. But the real, it won't know until you've done 10 or 20. Because again, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it will go, no, I don't even know actually. Does it go 1? Yeah, that's right. So it'll go 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 3. And then 31, 30. It's really bizarre how it does it. So the first 10 are correct, but then after that point, it kind of goes crazy. And we've already delved into why it does that. It's Unix alphabetical numbering, which is, what do they call it? Lexicographic? Good times. The lexicon. Someone broke the lexicon. So did I actually copy this? No, too much waffling. Save changes. We go to the next one. Number 4. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is number 4. Nuts. Nuts. Busted it. I failed already, guys. It's over. Go back. Let's just sort this out. Copy that. Paste that. Save it. Right. Yeah, GXG style first-person view reveals interior and dashboard of race car. Driver's gloved hands grip the steering wheel, featuring red center and silver accents with precision control systems. The dashboard displays various gauges and indicators, including speedometer and fuel gauge readings, providing essential performance data. Why do you need to say that? I might need to edit these for brevity. Interior equipment includes helmet and sponsor logos and racing specific components like roll cage and racing seats. The advanced safety systems demonstrate functionality and protection throughout the rally car environment. Do you know what? I don't like that, but look, if it hooks into stuff, I'm okay with it. Do you know what I mean? I've been wrong before. These systems continue to surprise me, so I'm not going to like assume that I know without testing myself. That's the golden rule. You know, if there's one thing I could teach, it's test it yourself. Because the guy that you're... I might be wrong. Do you see where I'm trying to come from? Like, the only reason I've ever been right is because I tested it and you can reproduce what I found at your end. So really, I wasn't right. I just told you what I saw and then you saw the same thing. So, do you see what I mean? Anyway, so like I said, you know, if someone's telling you something and it worked for them, that doesn't mean it'll work for you. It might, but only if they tell you the full recipe. It's like me saying, hey man, check out my cake recipe, and then I don't tell you about the raisins. And you're like, man, it just seems different. And this is kind of where we're at right now with the workflows and everything. There are secret recipes out there with nodes that you can't get. And I'm okay with it, but it's not how I do things. I prefer to share everything. Because the people that have taken my stuff and forked it, they've turned it into they've taken it to another level, which I couldn't have, either because of my skill level at the time, or because I just don't have time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I just try to inspire other specialists, and then they build crazy things. And then we all get to benefit from it. That's the beauty of open source. Yeah, you've already done this one. Number 6. I should have told him to number them for once. Normally I'm like, don't number things because I hate having to go through and delete the numbers. But now I really bet it would be easier for me to have a number, because how am I going to keep track of this? It's the only thing I would say. Now, does it say anything about the red car? Yes, it does. See, if it gives me even slightly, so it's going to be the same but different. It's going to be the same but different. Every time, it's the same but different. And we're only talking about the red car. All right. That's where I jump off the bus, everybody. Parachutes out. It's time to pull that eject cord. See you all tomorrow for another show. We're going to be back 8 o'clock Saturday. Same thing, but different. And don't forget, chill out Sundays, which will be starting early this weekend. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow and the next day. I hope you all have a great weekend. Enjoy your evening and get the hell out of here. Enjoy yourself.